Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jack, Jack Wang from Sales Division. To bear with me for 10 more minutes, we will have a break. I know some of you cannot wait already, such as Chuck is already playing around with his mobile phone, so he cannot wait for the coffee break. Okay, just 10 more minutes. Today, I would like to introduce MCU Tools. The first part will be the software for our 32-bit microcontroller. And the first one is HT32 IDE, and then a code config, GUI builder, and link scope. Later, I will introduce them one by one. First one is HT32 IDE. As you know, earlier we used Kyle MDK 4.5 the development tool, and our contract ended with them in this May. And start from there, we offer Holtek's HT32 IDE. The IDE has all the essential features to replace the Kyle one. So we feel this is very good replacement for the Kyle version. And the most important is we offer it free of charge to all our customers. To cope with the software, you will see we have eLink 32 Pro and eLink 32 Lite. Later, I will also introduce them. This is the starting of HT32 IDE. To open a new project, it's pretty straightforward. On the left, you can select the project templates. There are many project templates inside the IDE. So you can select either from M0, M3, M4, and it's a C language, C++ language, etc. Also, there's a Hello World, a very simple and basic program template. And after you open the project, the template, and then you can start to run your program. Compile, develop, it's straightforward. For some customers that already use Kyle to develop the project, you can convert into Holtek's workspace. It's simple. Just open the old project and then convert, then it's done. This is typical debug window. Our HT32 IDE is the same. So on the top menu, you can open, you can run, step, suspend. In the middle of the window, you can set breakpoint. You can set variable. You can view variable. And you can view peripheral register data. So it's a typical debug window. There's an outline for the functions. So you just click the function, and then you can see the inside code, or the code inside of that function. For example, there's a basic timer function, M0. You click that, and to the right, there's a function, and inside the function is on the button. Usually, we have functions called functions. So there are different layer of functions. And HT32 IDE provide hierarchy view. So you just click the function, and then you can see the function from top layer to the bottom layers. So it's easy for you to do the debug job. Code config. And code config is a supporting software that help a designer to initialize the peripherals and some basic functions. The basic functions including on the right, so you can see many things like ADC, PWM, DAC, comparator. So you can set up the initial peripheral and set the value inside. Also, we provide some extended functions like IAP through USB or I2C elimination or E2 elimination. Here's how you use the core config. First, you select the microcontroller, part number, package, and system frequency, and then you set required peripheral like the alternate function I/O for the MCU. And the third is set the parameters for the selected peripherals. If you need IAP, you add at step 4. And after you generate a call, the core config will automatically link to the Holtek firmware library, and then the project is initialized. The user interface is quite clear and simple. On the top, there's a toolbar, and then in the middle, number 2 is function category. So you select a function category like clock FIO, and on the bottom, there's a setting windows for the parameters. On the right, there's a quick link to Holtek's website. So if you need more information, you can click that link. Here's an example to set up an alternate function IOs. You can set up in 2 ways. On the left, there's a table. You can select either for example, PA2, then there are different functions. So you can select from this table, or on the right, you can click on the IC pin number. For example, you click this one, there's a pop window here. So you can select from one of these 4. And after you select, then this configuration is done. So it's very simple and easy. And here's an example for doing an IAP. It's also very straightforward. You select 8 USB IAP, and then you select the USB class, and then after connect, then there's a IAP.exe execution file, so that in the future, if you want to update your firmware, the execution file is already generated. So it's very simple and very helpful. Here are some more example windows like clock setting, EBI setting, GPIO setting, or timer setting. These settings are also all done in a graphic way. So you can click everywhere you want to set the parameters, and after set, it's done. GUI Builder. GUI Builder is a graphic user interface. The interface is to create on your end product. For example, you have a coffee machine with a TFT screen. You have a thermometer with a touch screen, or you have a printer with a color TFT LCD. And our GUI Builder can help you to build this kind of graphic interface. This is an example of a coffee machine. So in the middle, the screen 8 area is the coffee machine, the TFT display. On the left, you can click, you can drag and drop the basic feature, label, button to the screen. And you can set up the color, the background, the border of this screen. After the design is done, the TFT display will be displayed on your end product. You don't need to do any software design. And this is some setting for the GUI Builder. For example, you can select different colors, and you can select 5 different fonts, from Chinese to English, Japan, and Korean. This language will be displayed on your product. To use the GUI Builder, there are 2 kinds of ways. First is to use starter key, and another one is to use a dedicated development board. Here's the procedure. First, you use our GUI builder on the left. You drag all the control and arrange the screen, and you can view the effect through the simulator, and then you generate code. And then you compile in the previously introduced HT32 IDE. Then you can download it to the development board for testing. So it's a real-time, it's a real-life, it's a TFT display, yeah, on the right. To use starter key, you probably will need an extension board. And this extension board you can connect to a TFT display. And the supporting devices are here. There are several devices supporting the GUI builder. This one uses Holtek's M4 controller. With M4 controller, you can use a TFT screen with capacitance touch. So there are two different size of touch screen, from 5-inch to 4.3-inch. So if your product has a touch screen, this one can be the way to generate the project, the design. Link scope. Link scope is a software that behaves just like an oscilloscope. So you don't need to use a physical oscilloscope. You can just view on the computer. Here you see the link scope. You can import external variable, and you can view the variable in the screen, and you can see the waveform. Later you will see. Okay. You can switch display mode, daytime mode, or nighttime mode. And Holtek provides two different kinds of data collection. In Live Watch, it's more real-time. Extended real-time means if you need more correct data, you will use this mode. And here's the example screen. This is a nighttime mode. There's no secret for nighttime. Night mode. Night mode means dark. It's dark. Then that's it. Yeah. So in this display, you will see when you measure the signal, there are two different signals. So it displays independently. If you prefer to display in overlapping display, and you can see there are two signals here. The red one is signal 1 and the blue one is signal 2. So two signals display in one screen. So you can compare. So you can easily compare the attitude of two signals. And when the screen is white, we call it daytime. So it's just daytime. I don't know why it's daytime. It's daytime anyway. Okay. Now comes the hardware. This year we introduced two hardware for our debug tool. On the left, there's an E-Link 8 Lite. On the right is E-Link 32 Lite. 8 Lite is for 8-bit microcontroller. 32 Lite is for 32-bit microcontroller. And they are small, very small. 15 by 27.5 millimeter. The size just like a USB dongle or just like your thumb. So it's small and cheaper. Important is cheaper. E-Link 8 Lite is a simplified version of E-Link Pro, Pro 2 or Pro 2 anyway. I believe some of you may already seen the E-Link Pro 2. The E-Link 8 Lite is much smaller and cheaper. What's the difference? For the 8 Lite, it does almost the same when you do in the emulation. So it emulates all the Holtek's controller, 8-bit flash and OTP. So emulation does the same. When you do the programming, it programs 99% of Holtek's microcontroller, except some certain devices need temperature calibration on the right. So emulation the same, programming almost the same. The only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't program the OTP microcontroller. I know most of you don't use OTP. So if you don't use OTP, these two are almost identical. E-Link 32 Lite is also a simplified version of E-Link 32 Pro. It's small and cheaper. Here's a comparison. They use all the same interface. They program all the same microcontroller. They do all the same emulation. They use all the same software and programming software tool like ICP tool, except one thing, that is E-Link 32 Lite doesn't do online programming. Our E-Link is actually not designed for programming the chips. So literally I can say these two are identical. From Holtek, also from Holtek's point of view, these two are identical. And E-Link 32 Lite is much cheaper. So pretty soon Holtek will discontinue E-Link 32 Pro, and we will only offer E-Link 32 Lite. What's the price? In Best Mojo website, it's selling $4.8. We start selling today. No pre-order is needed. Start delivering today. Okay, $4.8. E-Link 32 Lite is even cheaper, $4.2. Incredible price. To develop Holtek's MCU is extremely cost-effective. The hardware, E-Link Lite, now $4 something. It's just like a cup of Starbucks latte. Very cheap. And our software tool, IDE, is free of charge. So why not starting programming a new Holtek project from today? Thank you.